Hi, Courtney here, and today I'm here to talk to you about skincare, specifically acne. So, I wouldn't have thought to do this video on my own, but this sweet lady asked me if I would share some information. So, I thought that I would, and it's definitely been something that I have struggled with my entire life. I'm 48 years old, and I still actually have some issues with it. And I have 4 children that I have raised, and 2 stepchildren. So I have gone through that with all of them as well. And I'll tell you what's worked for me. So this is Cleveland, and he's going to hang out with us today. All right. So, first of all, I would like to ask you and tell you a little bit about me briefly. I'm a yoga therapist. I work in yoga for healthy aging, and I also work in cardiac rehab, and I train teachers, and I do solution focused coaching. I have a long history in healthcare. And so, yeah, that's my background. All right. So, when I was hitting puberty, I went to a very well known um, dermatologist, and he actually is a very famous dermatologist that invented the hair transplant. He was very good with acne, but back in those days in the 80s, they gave you a lot of really harsh antibiotics for your skin. And unfortunately, those antibiotics have had a lot of really bad side effects for some people. I have been fortunate that I have not had as much of that as other people have. But some other things that he taught me that have been tried and true, and when I get away from them, they don't work. And the first thing was, and I mean no other soap, no other soap will do, dial soap, the antibacterial kind. I know there's a lot of controversies about antibacterial soap. I would say to this, if you're struggling with acne breakouts and you are needing to do something, there's a lot of worse things out there that have worse side effects than using dial soap. What this does is it has an antibacterial in it, which can help with the breakouts and keeping them at bay. And it works like a dream. It's like less than $1. And I can tell you that I've tried other things, Clinique, Neutrogena, all these other brands that are supposed to be great for your skin that cost 10 times more. Dial soap. Been using it since I was like 12 years old, and it works. Ivory, no, nothing else. Dial soap. So that would be my first tip. My second tip would be if you wear makeup, now this is only for, of course, those of you who wear makeup, you want to use a makeup that does not have mineral oil in it. It needs to be specific for your skin type. This is Neutrogena, and it is for oily skin and for breakouts. I use this one in the winter because it has a little bit more coverage. And I'm sorry, you guys, I can't see it because I don't have my glasses on. And I use this one in the summer. It's more like a powder. It's lightweight. And both of these specifically say they're for breakouts. So Neutrogena breakouts, less than $15. I want to say they're around $11 each. A really good deal. And Walgreens often puts them on sale. So sometimes it's buy one, get one half off. So, and that can be with any Neutrogena product. And I've had really good luck with their skin, their bases and their blushes and their lip balm. All right, sorry for the reaching. My cat is severely overweight, and it's really hard to try to do anything with him under my feet. The next, I also use this one. It's a BB cream. I use it in the summer. Again, it's got a little bit of SPF. If I'm going to be out like in the sun a lot, this one works really good. And it's called the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Complexion Protector. The words are big on that. The next thing is to stay away from sugar as much as possible and to eat a healthy diet rich in plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, things like that. Here's an apple. Things like this are really good. They have micronutrients and antioxidants that help with your skin. You need to eat things that are high in vitamin A, like carrots and cantaloupe and things like that, especially your orange fruits and vegetables. They help with the vitamin A in your skin. Drinking lots of water will help clear your skin as well. Sugar and dairy exacerbate breakouts. Though I do eat dairy, I don't touch sugar, and I eat dairy very moderately. I don't eat a ton of dairy. I might eat a little cheese here and there if it's on something, but I don't drink like big glasses of milk or anything like that. So if you're struggling with a lot of breakouts and you're willing to give up dairy, dairy is known to cause a lot of problems with skin, so it's worth a shot. The other things I wanted to add is if you don't like just drinking water, I love these stevia flavorings. This one's called Stir. They have other brands. This just came from Kroger, or they have it at Fresh Market. And this is the lemonade. It's kind of pricey. It's like $4 for this little thing, which is probably about 8 glasses. So, you know, cheaper than a Coke. But they naturally sweeten your water, and they taste really, really good. My husband loves them. Everyone that I've let try them loves them. At work, I've actually had to quit taking them to work because they were like, hey, you got some of that? The other thing that I have used for years, a lot of people who know me well know that back in the early 90s, I worked for Aveda Corporation, a hair and beauty company. I used to model some. And I also had a business working in essential oils back in the early 90s, creating blends and things like that. One thing I have loved forever is jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is actually not an oil, it's a wax, and it's very good for breaking up sebum, the stuff that gets caught under your skin, and it helps to break it up so that it doesn't get clogged up in your pores. And you can add an essential oil. This is sandalwood, but sandalwood isn't really necessarily what I meant to bring. My tea tree is in the back room. Tea tree, lavender, citrus like lemon or orange. You put it in here with a little bit of vitamin E, like 10 drops, 20 drops. And lavender and tea tree oil, they help with antibacterial and antiviral properties. And then the jojoba helps to break down the sebum. The vitamin E helps keep this from going rancid. And it's also good for your skin. And then citrus helps to cut oil. So what I do with this is in the morning, I will, after I wake up, I go and I don't wash my face. I put oil all over my face and neck and chest. And I'm almost 50, and I feel like this has helped. All of these things have helped me age well. I take this and then I take a rag and I just wipe all the excess off, and I let that sit on my skin, and it feels amazing, and it doesn't feel greasy at all. So some other things I've used over the years are just a good old bottle of hydrogen peroxide. If you have a breakout, just dabbing some of this on can actually help lessen some of the redness, and overnight sometimes it can really help clear it up. Some people swear by taking a little bit of toothpaste and putting it on a pimple and sleeping with it on there. I can't stand the thought of that, but I know that it's supposed to be a really good remedy. Internally, besides your diet and what you eat and drink, some other things you can do is if you are having hormonal breakouts, especially women who get it around their chin, that's generally hormonal around the time of your menstrual cycle. Evening primrose oil is really great for balancing out your hormones. I've used this for years, and it has so many positive impacts on your body and your hormones. It makes your skin beautiful, your hair. It helps with breast pain and things like that from hormones. So I would highly recommend that. The other thing is, I don't really like to recommend pharmaceuticals, but in a pinch, if you're having a lot of redness and swelling at a site, a couple of ibuprofen with some food on your stomach, don't mix this with alcohol, can help with immediate redness. The other thing that I have taken for years, and again, I don't recommend this unless nothing else is working and you're doing all of these other things, is there is a drug. We are very fortunate here to have some really amazing dermatologists in my fairly small city of about 100,000 people. So my doctor, when I was 29, put me on a medicine called spironolactone. And spironolactone is a water pill, but it has the ability to help pull some of the testosterone out of your body. So guys probably wouldn't want to do this. But for females, if your hormones are kind of out of whack, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is kind of a bad name because it affects your entire endocrine system, not just your reproductive organs. but it also has the side effect of causing a lot of acne. And spironolactone helped a whole lot with keeping my acne at bay. I try not to take it as much now because I don't want to be dependent on a pharmaceutical. And it also can have bad side effects if you're not drinking a lot of water, like UTIs. So I hope that helps. Lead a healthy lifestyle, avoid stress as much as possible, drink a lot of water, and all of these tips should help you with beautiful skin. And sometimes you just have to also kind of grow out of it when you're a teen. So I'm sorry for that. Have a beautiful day. Please subscribe and like if you like.